There's a lot of good people here, a lot of creative people who are actively trying to make changes to things that aren't really working just now. A lot of really good, really enthusiastic people in Aberdeen, and so I'm really hopeful. I'm Kristy Hilda Cameron. I'm the director of Second Home Studio and Cafe. Second Home Studio and Cafe is an open art studio and cafe. At the heart of it, we're actually a not-for-profit organisation called a community interest company. Our main mission is to make art more accessible by inviting people into exploring their creativity in a space that's already familiar to them, in a setup that they already know. This is a cafe, it's comfortable, but we also have free art materials for you to use on site at any time. We also run monthly art classes, open to all levels, and we try to price them as fairly as possible so we're not adding on profit, but similarly the tutors that are teaching these classes are getting their fair wages. The idea for Second Home came about when I was travelling. I was 20. I had just graduated from art school. I was in Melbourne. It's like this oddly quiet shopping centre. I went up and it was this open art studio called Brand X, which was by artists for artists. And they also had this open art studio where you could go in and use any of the art materials. And they had this collaborative exhibition where you could just make your mark. And I was just so inspired by it, and one of those moments that was just too big to be coincidental. It felt like in that moment I'd really found my life's purpose and like what I wanted to bring to Aberdeen. I had the support of my partner and my friends and my family, and obviously the community here is super important. I also couldn't do this without my business partner Laura, who runs Breathing Space Studio, which is upstairs.
My name's Laura Watt and my company is Breathing Space Studio. It was actually originally Breathing Space Online because my whole business came about during the pandemic. After the pandemic, people just wanted that connection, like in person. So that's when I thought, okay, we'll move Breathing Space Online to Breathing Space Studio. Breathing Space Studio was originally brought about because I just found it so expensive to rent studio space in Aberdeen. So I thought, if I'm going to create this, it's got to be a place that people can rent and they're not having to pay more than what they're making. So the rent is very cheap here, and the team that rent from me, they do all their own promotion, their own class bookings. Predominantly I'm a yoga teacher. That's my dream. Like, I love doing all that. But the Breathing Space Studio side of things, that's been a lot more challenging. Promoting myself to bring my yogis into the space, but then also promoting the studio so that people know that we're here, that, you know, we've got pilates, we've got yoga, we've got prenatal stuff on. We've also got a wee therapy space as well. Trying to keep on top of all the admin, just day-to-day cleaning. The floor needs cleaned every day. When I started the business, I didn't have communities. I didn't feel like I had anyone to lean on, whereas now I've like found my feet again and got like just the loveliest group around me, so you feel supported. And as I said earlier, you walk down the street and you can just say a quick hello to people and you feel like, okay, we're part of something, this is fine, this is good. I think community is a huge thing here at Breathing Space, and I hope other people in Aberdeen can kind of feel that when they come here.
My name is Pam, this is Craig, and we own Highland Moss plant shop. I never thought about having own business. I had full-time job and lots of plants, and one day Craig was saying, oh, let's sell some of the cuttings because the plants were just everywhere. We sold on Etsy and they sold out within like 3 hours, and we were like, wow. So he started working on the Highland Moss. I was also diagnosed with depression, anxiety and migraines. And in some point my doctor said, Pam, all the stress is just too much for you. So we decided that the best idea would be just leave my old job and focus on our new business.
Pam has this amazing green finger touch with plants, and I could just see that in her. And I think it just needed a little bit of persuasion just to be like, you've got something amazing just as who you are. I'd always been trying to start a business, but I was never really pushing myself. Pam gave me that motivation to really just go, let's just do it. It started with a few cuttings, But one of our specialties, and as you can guess from the name, is products made in using moss. My mum lives up in Kincorth. We went up in the Gramps. Pam picked up a little bit of moss there. You tie it to a stick. It's essentially a moss pole. And I thought, what a cool thing. Like, you see these brown kind of ugly sticks in your local garden centres. They don't really add to the plant. They sort of detract from it in a way, in my opinion. Pam explained how these moss poles encourage the plant to grow better, how it emulates its natural environment. That was really what gave us this extra push of just more than just selling the cuttings and bits of plants and trying that out. It really gave us this unique focus. We've made agreements with local landowners where they're felling trees or replanting. We go and pick our own moss, and then we supply it for all kinds of things. Japanese gardens, terrariums like these. You've got moss bowls, and we even supply Chelsea Flower Show. We did a huge garden for the National Autistic Society this year. They got silver gilt.
We're trying to find new ways of using moss, so focus on zero waste.
Beyond the moss, the website's really grown, and we have lots of features there as well for general houseplant enthusiasts and for moss. And now we have, where we are sitting right now, our own shop in Aberdeen, where we can do workshops. People love to come and make things with us. Because we sell so many plants, people really get an amazing experience. It's not like a little package and everyone makes the same thing. Outside, we have a bucket with take a pot, leave a pot. Instead of recycling, you just reuse. Leave all your old plant pots and other people can collect. And we get people coming with carloads and coming and taking away, and it's been amazed at how such a small thing has taken off. We also donate plants to local schools and charities. Sometimes, you know, the nursery, one of the plants is a bit smaller. Because we sell online, it's just easier just to not have that. We could reduce it and everything else, but we just prefer to contribute and donate.
Sometimes the plants which we're using for cuttings or different projects, they were left after workshops and maybe they don't look perfect. We just add them to the bags and we put on the Too Good To Go, so people come over, can pay a small fee, and they just can take them home and enjoy plants. So instead of binning, we just don't bin them like some big supermarkets, because we love plants so much, so it's always a shame.
We get people from all walks of life come in, and it's a big priority to us to make everyone feel welcome. But our dog Noel has become a bit of a local celebrity in himself, as he was unfortunately diagnosed with epilepsy, but it cost thousands of pounds to get the diagnosis. We put out an appeal because our insurance only covered 1,000, and I think it was 6, 7, 8,000 in total.
And we had only 3, almost 4 weeks to collect, which was also almost impossible. Looking at our savings and everything else, we didn't have enough money, so I say if anybody would like to donate. We managed to collect all this money within less than 7 days, and we had wee kids and older people coming with like £5 notes, £2 coins, and saying this is for Noel. We had so many people coming, still coming, and asking how is Noel, bringing him treats, toys, which is so loving.
We're very grateful for so many people coming out to see us and coming to our workshops.
I'm just so constantly blown away by the level of support that everyone shows.
I think Aberdeen has got a nice community. It's easy to feel lost in this world, so it's nice when everyone feels like they've got their own space and can be seen.
Whenever you recommend us for like an art class or just anything, it just blows me away every time.
I would like to also say like thank you all people, everyone, customers, community. We have so many amazing people coming to the shop. If you like some business, if you enjoy visiting the cafe, houseplant shop, or like museum, go and visit them, because without you those places wouldn't exist.
Just trying to keep things ticking over just now is terrifying. There's nothing that you can do about it really. Like I just have to keep on keeping on and just hoping that it works. That's the hardest bit just now.
There's different ways of supporting your favorite businesses. This is what I do quite often. I try to share on social media. I try to mention to friends and family. If somebody say, what do you want for birthday? Instead of getting gift card from a big marketplace online, just say, oh, can you get me this nice coffee place making nice gift cards? Or, you know, I would like to have a pass to do this activity or that.
Especially with COVID, a lot of people got in a lockdown mode and are still struggling to kind of get out there as well.
You need to keep like trying things to kind of like suss out what's good for you, what's good for your body, for your mental health, for your physical health. Yoga taps into all these things, so if I could like encourage anyone to just get to a yoga class and try it and see if you enjoy it. I think people just need to get out and out your comfort zone a little bit.
There's a lot of places perfectly safe and comfortable to come to, and it's just worth going out there and finding things.
We do a couple of book clubs here a month, so join a book club and meet new people and talk to the scary new people, and 9 times out of 10 it's probably all going to be fine and you're going to have a really good time.
If you're feeling down and just want to come over, be around plants and pet nod for 20 minutes, we don't mind.
Yeah, there's loads to do. You need to go looking for it a little bit harder, I think, sometimes. And it does just depend on your interest, but whether you're into art or music or sport or anything, there's loads. There is loads going on in Aberdeen. It's a great place to be.
I think there's a lot you can love about Aberdeen.
Amazing community, so we love it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, makes me so grateful that I could cry, but I'm not going to cry. So yeah, I guess just thanks.